When you finally find that tree or bush or shrub that produces well or performs well in your climate, you want to clone it. You want to replicate it. And sometimes it can be complicated. If you do cuttings, it maybe doesn't turn out at all. If you decide to graft, it can be very complicated and confusing. But I'm going to give you a free, beginner-friendly method that is an absolute fail-safe because you're keeping it attached to the mother plant before you cut it loose. So let's get into it. But we're going to talk about it indoors because it's really windy outside and the mic will pick it up. Usually my backyard's like sheltered-ish, but no leaves means wind. The reason for why you would want to clone something is because if you have something that's showing very good growth or production in your climate, in your environment, it is suited for your environment, whether it's on your microclimate level or just home base and overall just your area. And it's hard to get plants sometimes, particularly when we're talking colder spaces, not to just grow, but to grow and be productive or grow and actually be a pretty ornamental. So when that happens, we want to clone these. And cloning these can come again in many shapes and sizes. Your classic cuttings would involve simply cutting branches off of the mother plant, putting them into water, maybe some rooting hormone into soil. You know the song and dance when it comes to cuttings. And while it works sometimes, it also can be difficult. It can be disheartening because you do need a little bit of luck on your side. And it's even more difficult when we're speaking to like soft or hardwood plants. Those are probably one of the hardest ones to do cuttings from. Now, the other method is grafting, and this, of course, has special tools, and you need to have root stock, and it's like a whole hobby on its own. But this method I'm going to show you is actually probably the easiest method, and that is air layering. Now, the success rate of this is much higher, and it also will result in a plant that will fruit or flower or do whatever you need it to do much quicker than if you were to transplant something or if you were to do a cutting or a grafting, for example. Now, the reason for why it's so successful and pretty much a fail-safe when it comes to cloning the mother plant is because you are not removing any part of your new tree from that mother plant until it is fully established. Yes, that's right. You are actually going to grow roots in midair with the mother plant still attached, meaning it still has all the resources from the adult plant, whether it's in the form of water, nutrients, or even photosynthesis. And as things begin to warm up, this time of year is one of the best times to actually do this. So once you start seeing growth on the actual tree or shrub that you're wanting to do this with, that is the time you want to actually execute this method, because right now, while everything is very actively growing, is one of the best ways to make this happen. Okay, so let's take a look at this one here first. We'll do this one in the front. So what you want to do is you want to find a node just like this. Then you can put something in there. I use vermiculite. You could use tissue paper. You could use sphagnum moss. You could use potting soil, whatever you desire. And then all you're going to do is you're going to press the node into the center of that, just like so. And then you're going to close this up. And then all you need to do is actually zip tie it on all four sides. Literally that simple. So what we're doing is we're utilizing the undifferentiated stem cell tissue in the plant to actually make roots, and rather than more shoots or more leaves. And you can get fancy devices like this here, or even simpler yet, you could use a plastic bag, you can use saran wrap. You literally just need something that will hold moisture. And what you want to do is you want to put some sort of medium in here. So you could use vermiculite, which is what I normally use. You could use sphagnum moss, you could use potting soil, you could use paper towel. The list is honestly endless. And then all you need to do is clamp this around a node and then take some zip ties and zip tie it closed and then set it and forget it. You can check on it and actually look inside and see where your roots are at. And if they're not ready yet, you close it back up and you wait a little bit longer. You can open it up again, check them, water them maybe a little bit, and then close it. So you can see this allows you to get in and out of the plant quick. Yep, like a poorhouse. She's a quick and easy lady. So all we're waiting for again is some formation of roots, and you can make the call as to when you want to remove that plant from the mother plant. Obviously, you want to wait till the root ball is as big as possible before you decide to do this, but there's no rush. So long as you're keeping things watered, happy, and healthy, you're good to go. Now, there are some things you need to watch out for. Number one is that there is a risk of rot and mold. And this goes for cuttings and grafting and anything when we're playing with organic material and moisture. Now, here's the thing. That is why I'm encouraging you to do it now, this time of year, rather than waiting till things really start cooking, because this time of year allows, the plant is actively growing so much that it's pretty unlikely that you're not going to get roots and that those roots won't immediately start pulling resources from the pod itself. So not a huge deal if you try it now, but if you decide to wait or you do this in fall, then there could be issues with rot or mold. So do keep that in mind. Now, the other downfall is going to be, of course, that you have a little bit of a restricted root space because the roots can only get as big as your little air layering ball thingy is. And so because of that, you can get root bound plants or ones that are a little bit confined, if you will. But again, all we need to do is just open it up, check inside, and actually see where it's at. If you decide to forget it for a really long time, then there is a slight risk of having a really root-bound plant, and then you'd actually have to go in and break it up and try to correct it. Now, the reason why orchards or growers don't use this is because it's not scalable. So it's the most fail-safe method for actually getting a clone of the mother plant, but it's not the best for making tons of stuff from the mother plant. And that's because it's one branch per pod. And so if you have a tree with 3 stems, you technically could only get 3 air layers off of that, which is much less than if you were to do cuttings, for example, or if you wanted to graft, etc., and so forth. But this was a geek requested video. Many of you have been requesting this, I think, since last year. Here is the video. But Geek Crew, you guys actually requested this last year sometime in the fall, and I wanted to wait till the springtime because I do think that this time of year is the best time to do it and where you're going to have the most success. But with that being said, if you do have a video that you want done or you're really struggling with something, please put it in the comments down below. Instagram me, send me photos, DM, whatever the case is. I will get back to you, and many times it does result in a video because not just you are asking that question. There's a ton of people in the Geek Crew who are asking that question. So please reach out. Don't be shy. Not all redheads are soulless. I'm not going to say whether or not I am, but anyways, it's my most recent video, and that's what Google says to watch. I'll talk to you guys next time.